Good morning, class, and welcome to week 2 for the Summer Physical Science 1080 course, or Critical Thinking in Science and Technology. I'm your instructor, Kevin G. Smith. I want to welcome you to this second week module. All of you all did a great job in both of my sections last week and really navigating through modules 1A and 1B, really selecting your title, your STEM project and presentations, getting some feel for how Moodle's working, and then really getting into the whole flows, what is critical thinking, and talking about it as it relates to science and technology. So very good. If you haven't done your work, do your work now. I'll leave the modules open and available where you can still respond. But after today, you'll start losing points if you don't respond accordingly, and I'll start grading accordingly. We'll talk about more detailed grades later on in the semester. But for right now, you'll get all the maximum points simply for doing the activity and the work. I heard there was a little bit of problems with the syllabus for one of the sections and downloaded. Don't know what's going on with that. I do apologize for that inconvenience. However, I did email it out to everyone today. So let's talk about week 2. When I post a new video, I always post it up at the top of the module. So here I have my screen reflecting maybe what your screen may look like. I'm on a Mac, don't forget, so maybe some small nuances with PC. But as you can see, when you go to the new screen, the first at the top of the week underneath news and announcements will be week 2 assignment. It's entitled Active Critical Thinking in STEM, plus talking about propaganda, truth, and biasness. So what you should always do, you'll be able to click here for this video that you're seeing now. So you'll be able to activate the video if you want to see the intro video. I always suggest that you start off with the read section. Please do that. So if you click here in the read section, you'll have the instructions for the week. I've assigned some readings for you to go to these various websites to make sure you understand a little bit more about what critical thinking is and go through the activities. I've also have some optional websites for you to go to and to review. And again, especially talking about truth and propaganda and biasness, because that really is the crux of a lot of the things that we're going to be doing and discussing in the upcoming week. So I've selected a couple of articles for you to review at your leisure. And if you want to get ahead of the game, week 3 we're going to start talking about intelligent design. So in the week 3 you will need your textbook. So if you haven't got your textbook yet, please make sure you're working to get the textbook. We're using the 10th edition of the textbook of the Easton book, okay? So the point values are accordingly. Now, typically with the course, every Wednesday, typically the Think and the Seek assignments are due by midnight or 11:59 p.m. So on Wednesday, if you haven't already, think you've got Sunday today. That's Sunday now, June 3rd. You have until Wednesday, June 6th, in order to get the maximum amount of points, which would be 10, for completing Think and Seek assignments. You can also start the due assignment, but it's not due until Saturday. All right? It's also worth 10 points. The reflection are due Sunday on the 10th. You have until midnight to do the reflections, but it won't open up until Friday. Friday morning, I think at 9 a.m. So I want to make sure that you're taking the time to do all the activities first and to get a chance to respond to some of your colleagues. This activity will take approximately 2 hours or so, give or take 2 or 3 hours, depending on how your typing ability is and whether you can go maybe a little bit longer. So I'll leave it up to you. And you can look at these instructions yourselves. I just want to review some of the activities right quick with the Think assignment for week 2. We're going to explore a little bit all about critical thinking. So I have some instructions here. Please read the instructions. Look, I'm looking for approximately 150 to 300 words to give some examples for the sentences that I've assigned you. And then also I want to pay note that you are responsible for responding to a minimum of 5 of your peers. This is considered a rubric. If you want to kind of figure out how I'm grading, how harsh or strong I am grading, take a look at this rubric right here. This kind of gives you an idea of how I'm distributing the points for the questions if I'm being real particular. I'm somewhat generous at times. You do the assignment, you do it right, I'll give you full points. You do it late, I'll take off some points. If it becomes real late, I'll take off more points. But as you can tell, this one is a one question to one person. So you choose a question from below. You claim your question at the beginning of the week. First come, first serve. So whoever gets it, I suggest once you see the questions I have here, and I have approximately 24 questions to choose from. I didn't assign these. So If you see a question and you want to answer that question, what I would do is this. Say, oh, I think I like question number 23. So you go down, you say, I am taking, no, don't even do that. Just say, Kevin has question number 23, and then type the question. I can't type today. And then answer it. Then you can post your response, okay, by clicking right there. But we're not going to post it because I'm going to go back. So that's what I want you to do. That's simple enough. So first come to claim your question, select the question to answer, but only one question per person by creating a thread for that question. So type the question out in the sentence or in the title of it and go from there. You can select the question first, come back and answer before the deadline, but don't forget you have to. And then you have to respond to 5 of your other peers. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me. If not, you get the directions. The Seek assignment is somewhat similar. We're going to be exploring some terms. I have the instructions. I've actually have assigned certain type of terms for you. And because I really want you to understand the terms, you need to go and respond to after you complete your assigned term and define it for us and give examples because examples always help us understand your definition. Then you have to go off and respond to at least 6 of your peers' responses. So, as you can see, I've assigned some of you questions already. And all you have to do, this is an example from the group 1 or section 51. There's also section 52. So you'll see some different names. But again, it's assigned. Go down. You have your assigned question. You simply click add a new discussion. You type your name and your word. Let's say you're going to talk about, I don't know, bias. And my name is Kevin. And then you go and you define. You give your definition, you give an example, yada, 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 and then you post. And then you'll have to respond. Once there's an actual post up there, you have to respond to 6 of your other clients, your other peers. So you can do that. You have to do that throughout the week. You need to do 6 because I want you to learn all. And even if you don't respond to some of them after you finish doing your peers, read the definitions for each and every one of them because those are important terms that you'll be using throughout the readings and throughout the course. And they're important to understand in helping you navigate through critical thinking. Let's go to the next assignment. So now we're going to go to the do. The do is pretty important, and I really want everyone to pay attention to the do. I have assigned you all questions, and these questions are not for you to answer. I don't want you to answer the question. See, it says do not answer the question. What I want you to do is explain the meaning of the questions. This is important because if you've gone to week 1 and you've already downloaded the work assignment sheet, when you get ready to read the textbook, and I think we're going to use the textbook 3 or 4 times in the given summer, I have some kind of guiding questions to help you with the readings. These questions actually are the questions that you're going to use to analyze a lot of the readings. So it's important that you understand the meaning of the questions. So what I've done is I've assigned each of you, sometimes I've assigned 2 of you, some cases I've just assigned 1 of you, but I've assigned you all a question that we have to use to help us analyze. So when it says, why is the issue controversial? We're not doing the reading right now. So all I want you to do is tell me the meaning of that question. So Tracy and Bradley, for instance, I would want you to say, why is the issue controversial? So you would go down here, you would say, why is the issue? Or you can type the question number. And then Tracy or Bradley would simply say, repeat, I would say, cut and paste the question if you want. Let's say, I'll even show you how. I'm going to highlight it, copy and paste, by Kevin. Type it again. And then the above, okay, can't type. The above question means yada, yada, yada. And go into some detail about it, follow so that your peers can begin to understand what do you feel that question means to you. Again, you're defining what the question means to you. And then you have to go up and respond to a minimum of 3 of your peers to see, say you agree, maybe you want to expand upon what their definition, but once you finish posting it to the forum, then you've started a forum. And again, I don't want to start a forum right now, but just to do it. So that's important. But it's important that you look at all the questions because you need to understand what all these questions mean before we start doing the reading. And we will start a reading next week. Okay? So after you finish that one, you can then, towards the end of the week, this should take you and go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So about the time Friday comes, after you've had a lot of dialogue, did a lot of your reading and responded to your peers, then you can go to the reflect assignment. Currently, you can't. These are the reflect assignment questions you can think about. I'm just going to have you kind of summarize the week in a 1 to 200 word reflection. But unfortunately, as you can see, it won't open up for you to respond to. So there's nothing to click if you go there right now until Friday morning at 9 a.m. And then it closes at midnight, or at least that's the due date. Okay? Due midnight, which is Sunday midnight, Monday morning early. Alrighty. So that's it for this week. I'm looking forward to your continued responses. So I'm always saying, how can you be successful in the class? I like some of your responses. Well, success is defined easily. You do the work, you respond on time, and you participate. You do that, you'll get your A. I'm your instructor, KG Smith. I'd like to welcome you to week 2. Have a fantastic week. The weather's kind of strange here in Chicago, so wherever you are, make sure you enjoy the summer, and I will see you online. Thanks. Take care.